Beth, are we?
Just got it.
She's so good. All right. So with the recording going, I'll call the meeting to order at 10 a.m. It's Wednesday, March 8th, and this is the CCS Executive Committee. Beth, would you please do the roll call?
Davis.
Here.
Dilter.
Here.
Leffler.
Here.
McNulty.
Here.
Rosenthal.
Here.
Shepherd.
Here.
Smith.
Here.
For CCS, we have Rebecca Malinowski, Deborah Wishmeyer, and Beth Stonebrenner.
Thank you, everyone, and good morning. Does anyone have any additions to our agenda? Okay, seeing none, are there any comments from the public? No one there hanging out with you at CCS, right? Okay, moving on then to the consent agenda. You'd entertain a motion for approval.
So
Thank you, Diane. We'll say Diane moved and Pam, you want a second?
I'll second. Yep.
Perfect. Thank you both. So Beth, if you would work your magic, thank you.
Davis.
Yes.
Dilger.
Yes.
Leffler.
Yes.
McNulty.
Yes.
Rosenthal.
Yes.
Shepherd.
Yes.
Smith.
Yes. Okay. Consent agenda passes unanimously. Next on to business. First on the agenda is our office move. Rebecca, do you or your team have any additions to the written report, the written update you provided?
I have a quick update and then I will turn it over to Beth in case she has anything to add as well. So I was emailing with our pal Paul and Sarah, our auditor, yesterday. So as you know from all the things, the building is doing renovations to the space. They're doing the build out to meet our needs. They are footing the bill. They are, working with the contractors. They are doing all these things. They sub out some of their work to an architectural engineering firm. And I found out yesterday, they subbed it out to my brother's firm. He is not the owner, he is just an employee there. So I just wanted to make sure that the board was aware. It's again, CCS isn't paying these bills. We didn't get to pick who got these contracts, et cetera. But my brother's consulting engineers is doing some of the drawings for the space and is being paid by the building. So Paul did suggest, he's like, oh, well, maybe your brother can just not work on the project, but it's a small firm. I can't ask him to put himself out there at work like that. So I just wanted to make sure the board was aware of that sort of third party related party thing. Again, we don't have control over it, but he texted me, he's like, your office space just came up in the project queue. So.
Well, thank you, Rebecca, for disclosing. I don't see anyone voicing a concern. I think we appreciate you disclosing that to us and good to go.
Beth, did you have anything else to add?
I don't think so. I mean, I think we were pretty detailed in the packet. The only watch out that we currently have right now is landing on that move date because it's been bumped up probably at least a week from what we originally anticipated, but that's okay. We have plenty of cushion built in for the construction, for the data, for the furniture. So I feel like we're in a good spot on that. So I don't know if anyone has any questions for what was included in the packet.
Seeing none, thank you for such a comprehensive update in the packet.
Sorry, can
Oh,
I
did you have a question?
had one,
I'm sorry.
just a logistical question. So, because I'm here now and it made me think, oh, is this the last time I'm driving over to CCS in Wheeling? But no, right? Because if the governor's order expires, are we talking about the May governing board being here? I'm just a little puzzled on what happens after the disaster proclamation expires.
Yeah, the May governing board meeting is before the expiration of that order. So the May governing board will still be remote. And
Okay.
then June is it, so that the next governing board meeting after May will be in person, and that will be at the new space, and that will be per our change schedule in August.
Perfect, thank you.
Any other questions? All right, then we'll move on to new and potential member updates. Rebecca, do you or your team, you have any additions to the update you included in the packet for Warren Newport?
No.
Any questions from the committee? Okay, then same question for Mount Prospect Public Library. Anything you guys would add, Rebecca?
No, Deborah put it in the packet.
Yeah, very comprehensive, appreciate it. Any questions, gang? Okay, please.
I do have one update for Waukegan. As Deborah noted in the packet, Bob and Rachel are working on, matching bibs so they can see kind of what how our collections differ. So Waukegan is not an OCLC member right now. They use Sky River. So that project is taking a little bit longer because they don't have OCLC numbers in their records. But this is also why we haven't been able to provide a quote to Waukegan yet, because we need to get a quote for OCLC services unless we determine they don't need OCLC, but there are some like potential long-term ramifications of that and short-term ramifications. So I believe the state requested a quote for Waukegan, but I haven't heard anything, so I need to follow up on that. I will say I am nervous about it. It's like we haven't gotten a quote from OCLC for anything. With a separate project, we're trying to get quotes from OCLC for stuff, and they're being a real bear about it. But I just wanted to make you all aware, it's the first time we're talking with a potential member who's not currently an OCLC subscriber. So the process may shake out to be a little bit different as we figure that stuff out.
Thank you, Rebecca. Any questions or any additional information about our new and potential members? Okay, I feel like I never wait long enough. There, now I did because I said that. Okay, next on the agenda is our ePay setup. Thanks for the update, Rebecca. Anything you guys would add?
I just have one short update again. We got our first actual payment. CCS got our first actual payment from a patron this week. So we've been live since February 21st. And today was the first like real payment for a non-CCS patron through PowerPack. So we knew that it wasn't going to be a really high volume of transactions. Like my concern was again, like taking funds from libraries, but it will increase as more libraries shift to this new model of integration. But I am one, pleased to see that an actual payment came through that wasn't just testing, and two, pleased that there hasn't been this like unexpected flood of payments that we weren't anticipating. So
fantastic. Any questions for Rebecca on ePay?
No, I just want to comment on there's a letter that's kind of sent out sort of warning people of an overdraft fee that will happen, which is kind of funny if you haven't received any revenue yet. You're like, wait a second, how am I gonna, it only relates to, there's a $10 per month charge, but then there's also a $10 per month credit. So those things wash out. So we've had our first month of revenues and fees, and gosh, on $200 of revenue, our fees were 10 cents. So super, super happy with this. So far, it's really easy stuff. I've loved it, but it's also is the, is the warning. If you get this letter, it's just the $10 offset. You're not gonna have overdrafts.
But the $10 offset is only if you have activity in that month. But if you don't, you still are charged that $10 because that's kind of where we're at right now because we get so little activity through our online payment portal. So, yeah. So we
Oh, we
could still
didn't-
potentially, I mean, that's what they told us. So
Yeah,
could
we
still
had it for
potentially lose
January.
money.
We had it for January, but we had both the offset, even though we didn't have revenue in January. We did
Oh,
not have
really?
an overdraft. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm just saying what they told us because we had a specific question about that because we don't get money every month. So there's been like a couple months in the last 6 or so that we haven't gotten any income from that. So we're still looking at that too. So that's interesting though. I'll have to double check with them.
Thank you. Any further discussion on ePay? Okay, our innovative updates are next. Thank you for the updates in the packet. Any additions? Rebecca, or was it Deborah?
Yeah, I can tackle that first one. We do have an update on the increase in response times to system issues being reported. We did put in the packet, Innovative is going to be pulling in the development team when we experience a system performance issue. That way they can look at what's happening as it's happening, gather the data they need to continue to troubleshoot and identify a problem and work towards a fix. We did hear back today on the expected increase in time it takes to resolve system issues as a result of pulling in the dev team. They said it will be up to 30 minutes. So about a 15 to 30 minute increase in resolution, which is better than we were hoping for. So moving forward again, in addition to support, looking at our database, staff from the development team will be looking as well. And hopefully this can lead us closer to a permanent fix for those problems. Rebecca, anything to add on that from you?
No, sorry, I was shaking my.
Any questions for Deborah or Rebecca about the update? Man, you guys are so good. You anticipate all the questions. You got us covered. Anything else on innovative updates?
I'll give a quick update on the server migration. So today, Innovative is doing our training server migration. It sounds like that is currently done and they're just doing some QA testing. We still have that production server migration scheduled for the weekend of April 8th through 9th. We're thinking that will begin at 7 p.m. We have 2 libraries open till 6 p.m. on that Saturday. We sent out sort of a task list to libraries in Friday's CCS News, and that was included in the packet. We're asking all libraries to reach out to your vendors that connect to Polaris via SIP or API to provide them with the new production server IP address. So that info was shared out to the IT list earlier this week on Monday. We did decide internally after getting some questions that we would tackle some of those vendors that we have contacts with and have previously worked with on behalf of all of our libraries. So we sent that list out to system status yesterday, and we've already started contacting those services to let them know about the migration. And then again, your teams will begin to reach out to those other vendors not listed, Overdrive, Hoopla, your databases, et cetera, to provide that new IP address ahead of that April 8th to 9th server migration. So we all got a lot of work to do over the next month. We really appreciate the help and the questions from your teams that we've gotten so far. Everyone seems to be super on top of it. So we do appreciate sort of this last minute hustle to get this work done.
Thank you. Any other questions? Okay, Deborah, anything else for the updates? Good. Very comprehensive. Thank you. Okay. There's nothing else on that. We'll move on to our reports. I do not have a president's report. How about our secretary?
No report.
Thank you. And our treasurer?
Just that we'll be having a budget and finance committee meeting on Friday. Nothing to report since our last meeting, but we'll, happy to have the budget put together.
Thank you so much, Lauren. Really appreciate that. Committees and groups, thank you for the reports included in the packet. Any additions? Rebecca or your team? Any questions from the committee? All right, so I'll pass it right over to you, Rebecca, if you have any additions to your director's report.
No, I'm happy to take questions on anything in there. I will take a minute to thank Deborah for actually writing the packet since I was out. Thursday and Friday are my packet days, and Thursday I was coming home from a lunchtime appointment and Matt was like, also I have COVID. So Deborah stepped up and worked with the rest of the team to get the packet done on short notice, which I appreciate. And yeah, any questions? I'm happy to take them.
It's a well-oiled machine. Great job, Rebecca and company. That brings us to the end of the agenda. Does anyone have anything else that we need to cover today?
I just want to say I aspire to the 16-minute meeting after Heidi is done. That's my goal, to someday have a 16-minute meeting.
Well, man, Rebecca and her team get all the credit. They had all the reports. So awesome. I will take 1 second to thank you, Lauren, for being at CCS today. I'm helping with my son's PTO school book fair, which has been hilarious and delightful. So thank you for making that possible.
I am jealous. Oh my God, I love the Scholastic book fairs.
Oh, and they're so stinking cute. The kids doing the Pledge of Allegiance in the morning. I got to hear on Monday. Heaven. So thank you all. If there are no objections to adjourning, seeing none, we'll do so at 10:17. Thank you.